All right.
You chapped up or?
I'm chapped up, dude. I'm ready to fucking go. All right. So, what's up, Outdoor Junkies? This is episode 6.
Oh, yeah.
Episode 6 of Beers and Gear. And today is my first guest. We got Jeff. What's up, Jeff?
Hi.
Say hi to the Outdoor Junkies.
What's up, Junkies?
All right. So, this is the first guest, so I'm not really sure how this is going to go, but we'll figure it out. So this is going to be a test run. First thing we're going to do is, Jeff, just introduce yourself. Give us a little elevator pitch on who you are, what you do, and why you're on Outdoor Junkies today.
All right, well, my name's Jeff Welt. I've known this guy since I was 16 years old.
Yeah.
And I'm almost 35.
Yeah.
So that's a long time. And one of the things that sticks out to me about you, it's funny, I'm talking about you to introduce myself, but I remember when Justin's like, I'm gonna go and just spend a night in the woods by myself with just my knife. I was like, who the heck is this guy? It's like, I need to become his friend. And
Yeah.
Here we are, but I don't know. I'm a photographer, an entrepreneur, an investor. I love going outside. You know, some of the best memories I've ever had just in my life have been with this guy. You know,
Same, yeah.
Zion.
Yeah.
That trip was insane. The Adirondacks, there was a bear involved.
So I just got to add on to that because Jeff is definitely an entrepreneur. He is probably mostly to blame for why I'm in this position right now. So if I have to tell if there's any reason why I'm doing all of this, it's mostly because of Jeff.
I'm sorry.
And it's not a bad thing. He definitely has a passion for business and all things photography, and it's really pushed me to be where I am now. So honestly, like, thank you for that, because I don't think I'd be doing this if it wasn't for you. So so your passion kind of rubbed off on me, and now I love it. You know, I love doing this, and I see where you're going with business, and it's huge, man. It's a huge motivator. You are the sum of the 5 people that you spend the most time with, and I try to spend as much time with this guy because he's a positive influence on me, and make sure that you got a positive influence in your life. Get a Jeff. You need a Jeff in your life because he's going to make a huge difference, and he's made a huge difference in my life. So fucking A, man.
Well, thanks. That's quite the introduction. Very honored to be here. I can't wait to try this beer. This is a surprise to me. I didn't know until moments ago.
Today's topic is going to be water purification, water filtration. So I've got a lot of stuff behind us here that we're going to bust out in a few minutes. But as always, before we look at gear, we're going to have a beer. So, Jeff, why don't you do the honors? So we are doing Dogfish Head 90-minute Imperial IPA.
Ooh.
This particular beer, so Dogfish Head is out of Delaware in the U.S., and the theory behind this beer is, actually, you will appreciate this. So the process in which they hopped this beer, they derived from cooking. So we've had this talk before where I've recommended when you're cooking, every stage of cooking, you season it. So it's called continuous seasoning. Well, this used a process called continuous hopping, which created what they refer to as a very pungent but not overbearing hoppy beer.
Smells amazing.
Comes in at 9% alcohol, 95% on Beer Advocate. So let's get a pour in here. Let's see what we got.
Should I pour too?
Pour it, yeah, pour it. Right. Yeah, do it, man. Give it a pour.
I don't know the correct way to pour beer.
You know, there is a correct way, but I don't do it, and I don't really care.
That's usually how mine comes out.
Yeah. Esquire magazine actually referred to this as one of the best IPAs in America.
Wow.
So,
well, thank you.
Yeah, so it's very highly rated as far as an Imperial IPA. This is probably not the correct glassware. I don't really have a lot of glassware, so this is the best I could do. Just get a little nose on it. Citrusy, right?
It smells amazing.
Yeah, some pine. It's good.
It smells like a really good IPA to me.
Yeah, it's really, really, it's got a nice, like, almost honey color, right?
Yeah.
You see that? That's beautiful.
It is like a honey, like an amber almost.
Yeah.
Like a honey amber.
It's beautiful. All right, you ready? Can you give it a go?
I'm ready.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right.
Cheers and beer.
Cheers and beer, buddy.
That's some good beer. It's very hoppy.
Oh, yeah.
We got the happening going on right now.
The happening for sure.
It's very good.
I like it. You definitely get some pine, some citrus notes in there. That's good.
It's smooth. It's very smooth.
It is smooth for 9%.
Yeah.
Not much alcohol in there. Like at least on the the flavor doesn't really come through as too boozy. Yeah, that's a good one, man.
Yeah, you could drink too many of these real fast.
I do have a 6-pack, so this video could get shitty real fast.
Yeah. Wow, this is incredible.
Or real slow. Yeah, I really like this one. This is a very good one. It's funny too. So this actually is 90 IBUs, which is on the top end of the hoppiness scale.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so IBUs is your international bitterness units, which kind of rates how bitter a beer is. I'm assuming 100 is as high as you go, so 90 is probably pretty high, unless I'm wrong. I could be wrong. If anybody else out there in the beer world knows, I haven't really done much research on the IBUs, but it's not that bitter.
No, it's not. It's not that bitter at all. It's very balanced flavor.
Yeah. I really like it.
I mean, I'm not a professional beer taster, but it tastes good. I can say that with these hops make me hoppy.
I am so happy with this beer.
Dad jokes are free.
Yeah. And the art, I don't know if you can see that.
That would have got me. Yep. No matter how good it tastes, I would be interested.
Yeah. That art is sick, man.
Dogfish Head has great beer. I've had a few of their beers before. I've never had this one, but I've never had a beer from them that I didn't like.
They have a 60-minute IPA, a 90-minute, and a 120-minute. This one falls right in the middle, and this one was one of the most highly rated IPAs ever. So
I will echo that.
Yeah.
High rating. I've had a lot of IPAs. That's mostly what I drink is IPAs, and this is amazing. I would buy this again.
Glad you like it.
This one, but
Good choice. Good choice.
maybe we can have it to go.
We could have
Take
it to
one
go.
of those bottles home
Yeah,
for later.
absolutely. There's a 6-pack in there, man. Got a few randoms in there as well.
Better than the Japanese beer from the last episode.
Yeah. It was way better than that. That one did not go over very well at all. But I'm not a lager fan. There's just something about it's like I felt like I was drinking an old Budweiser. Like even a Budweiser would have been better than that. I mean, to me personally, like I said, I'm sure I offended somebody out there, but I don't really care.
Probably. But hey, I mean, that's why there's a million beers to try, right? You can like whatever beer you want.
And when
if you like every beer, are you a beer lover? I don't know.
Or an alcoholic.
Yeah, maybe.
I'd rather enjoy 1 or 2 beers than have like 10 shitty beers. So for me personally, I'd rather have 1 or 2 of these and be good than have, 10 Budweisers. But again, I mean, Budweiser it's an American icon. I can't knock it. It's been around forever. But, again, it's not my kind of beer.
Yeah.
I have a hair running around over there. Anyways, or I'm going crazy, but it's fine. All right, a couple more sips of this, and then we'll get into the gear. Because that's what you're all here for, right? Is gear.
I'm here for the beer, personally.
Well, Jeff's here for the beer.
He was like, free beer? I'm like,
Yeah. Come over for a beer? Yeah, sure. Come over for a beer.
It's nice that they have the higher alcohol content, too. So if you're looking for a buzz, you're spending more on the beer. I mean, you're kind of breaking even there, I would say.
You'll get it, yeah.
You have to drink, 3 beers to get this alcohol content? Maybe 2 and some change beers.
Yep.
See, that's a sign of a good beer
That's a good beer. Like, it's a nice, balanced hoppy. There's nice citrus notes. There's a sweetness to it. It doesn't leave a bitter flavor in there.
It's really hard not to burp on this show.
At first I thought I'd hold it in, but then I realized it hurts, man. It hurts to sit there and hold in a burp for too long. So, man, if you gotta let one rip, dude, just let her go, because it's gonna happen. All right, well, while we sip on this lovely beer, let's get some gear out here. All right, so water filtration. So, Jeff, when you think water filtration, what do you think about when you're thinking about water and drinking or acquiring water in the wilderness?
First thought you have is, how do I carry enough water to, take with me to go out and have this backpacking adventure? And that problem is the most important problem to solve right away, is water. With every trip. You're always thinking about water constantly. So when you ask me what comes to mind when I think water filtration, I just think the most important thing in your backpack, probably.
Yeah, well, I mean, water's imperative to life, right? So if you don't have water, you're probably not going to do very well. No. So water is going to be huge, and a lot of times we plan our trips around water sources, right? So we think about, okay, we're going to hike this distance, and there either will or will not be water at the goal or in between. So that's going to kind of gauge how much water you pack with you. So having said that, when you think about water, the next thing you have to think about is acquiring water. So eventually you may use all your water. So if you're going to a place that has no water, right, then you're going to just pack as much as you physically can and ration it. Now, if you're going to pack around a place that has access to water, the next thing you have to think about is purification. Getting water that's not going to make you sick, because the last thing you want to do is have beaver fever, giardia, diarrhea, or being very sick because of the water that you drank out in the woods, and you're hundreds of miles, maybe hours and hours away from home or a hospital. So you really got to make sure that your water is clean. So that's where water purification comes into play. Now I know Jeff has a personal favorite water filter. I like everything, so I'm kind of like a gear junkie.
Outdoor junkie?
I'm an outdoor junkie, and I'm a gear junkie, and I will tell you right now that I really, really like gear. So I've sampled a lot of things, and there's definitely a tried and true. So I didn't make Jeff bring his own. So
I was instructed to bring nothing except the desire to drink beer.
But a water bottle. Yep, that's exactly right. So I think this one actually fits. All right, so this one doesn't. I think that one leaks. All right, so this, what is this one? Introduce this one, Jeff. Your personal favorite.
This is the Sawyer Mini. This is my go-to. I own 2 of these, and I bought these as presents for people. This right here, and what I love the most about this, it's funny going from my first backpacking trip with Justin to where I'm at now. Sometimes Justin will refer to me as a gram weenie. I'm not a gram weenie anymore. Now I'm more about comfort and quality, and you shave where you can, weight, because everything you're carrying, it just slows down your trip, weighs down, everything. So you just try to be keeping what's essential, but, understanding that there's a give and a take to that. But what I love about this is how small, compact, and light it is, and how simple of a design it is.
No moving parts.
You just connect this bag here. Well, first you fill it up with water, and this isn't a Sawyer bag. I don't know if you have a Sawyer bag with you.
Don't.
The Sawyer bag is basically this, except not as nice. But it has one advantage, which I own a lot of Sawyer bags, because when you blow it up, and this one does a pretty good job of it actually, you can kind of get this shape like that. And then here, I can actually use water displacement. I can push this underwater because it's rigid enough, and then the water will rush in. If I do it slowly, I can fill this really easily up with water, and you connect like this. Take the top off, which I can tell you take it off with your teeth a bunch. And then you squeeze it out. I'm not gonna push air through this, but it's that simple. It's just a mechanical filter that you push water through, and you're already carrying this with you. This is holding your water in it anyway. Now this is a dirty water bag though, so you wouldn't wanna mix it. But if you wanted to carry water without squeezing it, you could just put it on here like this, close it up, and now you've got water that's like ready to go. If you want to, you can actually like squeeze it right into your mouth.
Just drink right out of it.
You can carry bags of dirty water if you want. And these are so light too that if you're on a leg of your trip where you have access to a lot of water and you don't mind stopping to fill up, you could just keep this in like your hip pouch and just be refilling as you go, and you're not carrying all that water weight, because water is super heavy. So I love this so much. 2
pounds per liter, I think. A liter weighs 2 pounds.
It's 2.2 pounds.
Yeah.
It's just so
couple
heavy.
Pounds a liter. So that's, you're wearing...
my whole hammock weighs like that much. You know what I mean? And I drink a lot of water. I'm a big guy and I sweat a lot, so...
You need water.
This is probably my
cooking
top favorite.
Sawyer, very nice. It weighs in at about 2 ounces. Again, very minimal opportunity for failure because it's such a simple design. It filters out bacteria, protozoa, cysts, giardia, some sediment. I'd say the only downfall to the Sawyer is this particular filtration system does require, well, they all do require cleaning. So just depending on how dirty the water is, you may or may not, require to a clean water back flush, which is what this syringe is for, where you're just going to fill it with clean water, and shoot it through backwards, and then you can see the dirt. You'll just basically flush it out until it comes out clean. So very nice. The only thing, most filters, there's very few filters out there that will cover virus, but in the U.S. We don't really have a huge virus burden in our water system. So Giardia, protozoa cysts, most bacteria, all that sort of thing is really what we're worried about with water filtration. So those are the big ones. My water filter of choice lately, which is something that actually I saw from our buddy Zach.
Oh yeah, he's got quite the setup.
Yeah, he has quite a setup. Is the Katadyn Hiker Pro, and now this one has a lot more mechanical parts. It's a lot heavier. This one is definitely a bulkier system. A little more versatile in its setup, but again, you kind of have to pick your battles, I guess, is the best way to put it. So this is a pump style filter. It's also a hollow filter system similar to the Sawyer. A little bit bigger of a filter, pump style handle here. It's got a bit of a pre-filter that you can drop into the water, which is nice, so you don't have to kind of scoop water out. And then it's also got a feed system that you can hook up into your backpack, your water bladder, that sort of thing. So it's got a really nice design, but again, you've got the bulk, right? So you've got a lot of bulk here. This actually weighs, I want to say, closer to. It's heavy. This is heavier than that one.
Yeah, I mean, you can.
It's probably like 4 or 5 of those, easy.
And look at all the water that's just sitting in the tube too that you're carrying around.
So the big thing is going to be, I think, just convenience or ease of use versus weight, because it does has all the same features. This one does bacteria, protozoa, cysts, that sort of thing. The only difference, you get a pre-filter, so dirty water, sediment, that sort of thing is going to get pre-filtered out, whereas the Sawyer isn't going to do that stuff. One thing you can do, if you're thinking about it, is you could coffee filter, a piece of fabric, a bandana, that sort of thing. So you could pre-filter your water before running it through the Sawyer, and it'll not only prolong the life of the Sawyer filter, but it'll also remove, tastes, odors, that sort of thing, if you do kind of pre-filter it. A couple other things as far as filters go, or water purification, Aquamira tablets, right?
Yep.
So tried and true, everybody should carry an Aquamira tablet in their
multiple.
Yeah, or multiples, because you never know one, you might need more than one.
Depends on how dirty the water is.
Yeah.
They recommend adding extras depending on how bad it is.
If it's really nasty, yeah.
Oh,
And again, this is not going to clear up sediment, so you may want to pre-filter your water. You have no way to pre-filter it.
You're drinking whatever is in that canister. It just doesn't have anything living in it, but it still will taste the way it tastes.
It's just gonna kill. It's gonna kill anything living in there. Then there's UV light. I think you had a Steri pen for a while.
I still have it actually, and it's nice, but it's the same problem with that. You know, if you have access to like glacier water or something, and you just want to. Make sure there's nothing living in there, the Steri pen's very convenient. But I would never, you can't even really use a Steri pen effectively if there's a lot of sediment in the water. Too dirty, right? Because it's...
The UV light won't penetrate the
or
sediment.
you have to do it for really long. You have to read the instructions. But it's, every water filtration system has its positives and negatives. It really depends on, and I think it's really valuable that you have a lot of these. Right. Because you go camping and backpacking in so many different environments and different temperatures that
one thing may not work.
Exactly. You have access to different types of things, but I always have these. I keep them right in my first aid kit. I keep 6 of them. Same. And when I went to Ghana recently, I also brought...
Did you say gonorrhea?
I went to Ghana. No, I went to I went to Ghana, and I did not get any of that.
Gotcha. Good.
But I brought brought these with me because in a lot of countries you travel to, this is valuable not even just for backpacking, but if you're going somewhere and you want to just travel and you want to filter your water. But this is the kind of thing I would use on tap water in a country where you can't drink tap water. I wouldn't use this. This isn't really going to help you. You want to kill everything. And the tap water probably tastes fine anyway.
Sure. Yeah.
Those are amazing.
Very good. Other thing here, this one, I should probably actually overlay the video of us in Zion in the water I tried to filter.
Is that what you were using?
This is what I tried to use.
Man.
This is the MSR Quick Shot. And this thing failed miserably. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I actually ended up asking Jeff to use his Sawyer squeeze because
Tried and true.
so it's nice, you know. It seems like a really, really nice, simple setup, but we had some pretty questionable water, and it failed. It just failed miserably.
Stinky.
It was rank. It was really bad.
I still remember having to drink it.
I will find that footage,
Whoa.
and I will put a clip of that spring that we filtered water from.
It was so nasty. It had like
Spring.
naturally occurring oil sitting on the top,
Yes.
like an oil slick from the
Yeah.
biological activity that was happening in it.
Yeah.
And even after filtering it with the Sawyer, it still tasted like ass.
Yeah.
And I remember
Sewer
like
water.
you're out like in this beautiful place and you're just seeing all these things that are amazing, and thankfully you have such wonderful things to look at with your eyes, because every time you're thirsty you're like,
Yeah.
like,
It was bad.
you know, that's very rare.
Yep.
I will say that is the only time in my life I was forced to drink like gross tasting water, but I didn't get sick. I was never worried about getting
Right.
sick.
No, it was filtered, right?
But,
so we filtered it, but I'll tell you what, I think if we had
I wish I
drank
had
it
a Gatorade packet or something put in there.
to flavor it. Yeah. I think if we had drank it straight out of that spring, we would have probably not made that trip.
No.
We would have been in the hospital.
Or we would have left a trail all the way down Walter's Wiggles.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have been bad. It would have been bad. It would have been a hot mess for sure.
Yeah,
and then
that
the
would've been
last
fun.
thing I got here is, so this is more for car camping, and this is, again, Sawyer. Sawyer makes a lot of variety, and this is something for like a large camp where you can put up to a gallon of water in here, and then it's got a nice little lid, and you can just kind of sprinkle water out as you need it. I've taken this on family car camping and cabin trips when you're getting kind of like well water, and just want to make sure that it's clean, because a lot of that well water is more for washing dishes and it's not really for drinking purposes. But this gives you plenty of drinking water, and shower, you can do whatever you want with it. And then obviously the most simple thing you could do would be to boil it, right? So filter it, carry a coffee filter with you or a bandana that would be pre-filtered, and then boil your water. So that'll get all the sediment out, and then boil it, and that'll kill off any pathogens. And then you just want to make sure you're boiling it, I think, for at least over a minute of a rolling boil. Unless you want to pasteurize it. So if you want, maybe some small things still floating around in there. If you just if you still want the flavor of the bacteria, but you don't really want to just burn it all off. You just want to pasteurize it, but you really want a rolling boil for at least a minute to ensure that you've killed off all the pathogens that might make you sick. So that's water filtration. I don't know, you got anything to add? I mean, there's a lot of stuff here. We got a lot of shit. So, I mean, I have a few ideas. But
one thing that's always important to keep in mind is, do you want to talk about winter camping and water filtration?
Yeah, that's super
important. Because that kind of changes everything about water filtration.
That's why you got to have another brain here.
Again, just, this video is not sponsored, but I love this because, I mean,
obviously,
this would be hard to fit into my pants pocket. I could fit it in my pants for sure, and it might look like I'm trying to prove something.
Yeah.
But I've
seen him wake up like that with a Katadyn
this here is
Micro Pro in his
probably more
pants.
appropriate. Anyway, look, it's just such a wonderful little device here. You can put this in your pants pocket and keep it from freezing.
You could.
Because these filters like this, the second it's not in a warm environment, it's going to freeze, and you're not going to be able to force water through it manually. It'll be like trying to force it through a brick wall.
I do believe too that Sawyer recommends, if you think that the filter, because the way that it's a porous filter, if it does freeze, the filter actually is damaged, and they recommend replacing it if you do think that it's frozen. So again, keeping it close to your body, keeping it warm and preventing it from freezing is probably paramount in a situation. Yeah. And again, if you're concerned that the water is contaminated and that your filter is compromised, boiling it, right? So you're just going to default to boiling it, or you can boil Aquamira. Any combination of those things is going to be your best bet. So, but yeah, very good point. I mean, water in cold temperatures is really difficult. It freezes on you. There's a lot of things you got to deal with when you're camping in cold situations. So we've experienced
how many Nalgene bottles have we melted by just putting them by the fire? Like this one has a good warp in it. Yeah. Right here from the last trip, right there's a dimple. I don't think you could probably see it, but this whole thing is concave.
Same.
Yeah.
And I actually just bought a new lid because my other one was completely melted.
Oh yeah.
And this one's actually kind of cool. This one's got like a little sip top on it because the only options that I had for replacement were colors that just didn't match. Oh, stickers?
Oh yeah, you got to put stickers on your Nalgene bottle.
Yeah.
That's like part of the deal right there. That's what makes it personal.
Jeff's jerky.
Oh yeah, this was Justin's Christmas present this year.
Yep, jerky.
Yeah.
Love me some jerky.
Make some jerky. This is not an official business, just what I give to my friends. I wanted to step it up a little bit.
Not yet.
Yeah,
We'll see.
There's actually a Jeff's Jerky, I think, in Rochester, so I can't use the name.
Maybe it can be Jeff's meat.
Yeah, Jeff's meat. Yep, Jeff's meat.
Jeff's dried meat.
For your juicy tasting.
It was very good. I actually have some here today, but I might have to save that for later.
This one is my favorite. We've got throwback. Those meddling kids.
Where'd you get that from? That's nice.
Scooby-Doo. That was at the horror conference that came to town recently.
Oh, dude, I love it.
Got some Bitcoin, North Face, and our hero in Buffalo, Josh Allen. Jumping over the mountains. Yes. There he is.
I love it, dude.
Josh Allen jumping over the mountains.
Oh, dude, that's freaking awesome.
Anyway.
Very cool.
That's probably my favorite part about getting a new Nalgene bottle, because this is
putting stickers on it. So what we're gonna do is we've got, let's see here. Oh, I got 28 seconds on my A7 III recording time. So we're gonna pause, pour another beer.
Right back after these messages.
After these messages, we'll be back, and I got a special surprise for Jeff. Okay. Oh yeah.
Wait.
Well, not for Jeff. I'm gonna put Jeff to work.
Oh. I have to work.
Yeah. All right. All right, guys. So here it is. This is a little surprise that I wrangled up for Jeff here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a filter off. We're gonna have Jeff's favorite filter, the Sawyer Squeeze, and my current fave, because I just can't decide ever, the Katadyn Hiker Pro. And we're gonna see who can filter about a liter. So yeah, it's about 1,000 milliliters. So a liter of water, a Nalgene full of water, faster. Maybe
Nalgene's smaller than mine.
No, it's not.
I think this dimple is decreasing the volume.
Might be. Yeah, I melted it a little bit.
Cheating.
So this is actually 999.5 milliliters. But that's okay. It's probably gonna overflow anyways. So maybe I'll overlay a timer or something over this. I'll have to do like a ready, set, go and all that stuff.
So do we need to like do anything with the beer though?
Yeah, drink it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like that part.
Yeah, that's what we got to do with this. Oh, in case you haven't noticed, we poured another.
This is really good. Oh man.
Yeah.
I love this beer.
Okay. All right, so you won't be able to see it here. You'll probably just be able to see us working. It's gonna look really weird because you're just gonna see us like pumping and filtering.
So do you want a prediction? I think you're gonna win, but I think I'm gonna just enjoy carrying this in my pack more.
Yeah, this is a lot. This is really a lot.
I will say one huge thing I love about this is I can fill a bunch of these bags and then take them back to the campsite and sit down in my comfy chair and squeeze it at my leisure.
It's true.
Into the bottle.
Yeah.
Which is great. We do not get that visual here. Any rules I should be aware of?
The only rule is that no, there's no rules. Whenever you're ready, Jeff. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, so we'll do a countdown. 3, 2, 1. Filter.
This is gonna be so hard to do. Like, this is so unfair. This bucket is like.
Listen, I have no other water reservoirs.
Normally, you try to do this like under a stream, and the thing like barely fits in here.
Listen, man.
There's no moving water.
I don't know what else to do.
Wait, if I still beat you, you have no excuse.
Listen.
Oh my God.
I got towels, like whatever you need, man. Here. This is kind of like the. This is kind of.
All right, I got some water in there.
This is kind of like the spring at Zion.
Oh, I had so much space. And
that thing was a puddle.
And yours didn't work at all.
No, it didn't.
What's going on here? Oh, I'm over tightening. I'm used to the Sawyer bag.
Yeah, that's not the Sawyer bag.
It's different.
It's got a different like thread setup. There you go.
Oh, there's the pour.
Oh yeah. I got.
Ooh, I spilled some. That was a waste.
That's all right, man. A little leak.
Oh, you're already like a third of the way there. This is.
Do we stop when someone's full?
Probably.
All right, or do we see how long?
Sounds like an old man taking a liquor.
Yeah, that's gonna be both of us at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah.
I have.
There we go. Now you can really get a good squeeze on
I
it.
got about 400 mLs in here. What do you got? Oh yeah, you
200?
got about 200. Sure.
Well,
yeah.
I'm almost at 300.
Wonder if I can
I'll
go
pop your
fast.
bag.
That's fine.
Your bag's leaking.
He's getting a little squish around. This is still work.
You're
you know
almost full.
Yeah.
I'm like halfway.
Yeah.
Honestly, if it didn't take me so long to fill the bag up, we might be close.
It would be close.
I mean, look at that stream.
That's what he said.
This bag is leaking.
Oh. I don't have any Sawyer bags. I was gonna ask you to bring a Sawyer bag, but I didn't want you to know what we were
Note
up
to
to.
self, platypus bag, not perfect for this.
I have a liter. She's full.
I mean,
That's pretty good though.
I have
half a liter.
Half a liter, despite all the disadvantages.
And he had to fill it, and he had some
And
leakage.
I don't have to carry this around. Oh my god, that's heavy.
Yeah, it's full of water
Oh,
too.
it's full of water.
I should probably put
Cheers. This is real water.
Yeah, this is clean filtered water.
It doesn't taste like buffalo anymore.
Nope.
Josh Allen will be pleased.
Yeah.
All right, back to the beer.
Yeah.
Well, good game. I gave it my best shot.
You did good, man.
I feel like I was a little sabotaged with this bucket and this platypus bag. God,
All right, let's get this out of here. Okay.
that was fun.
Yeah, man. So
I enjoyed that.
there you go. So if that helps you make a decision on what kind of water filtration you want and or need, yeah,
Hey, only one of them comes with a free plunger.
it's true. Oh. All right. Jeff cleaned my table for me.
Well, I mean, my platypus bag was just leaking everywhere.
I tell you what, the other one leaked way worse.
Oh, the Sawyer or the other platypus?
No, the other platypus. Yeah. All right. Everything's still going. All right. Let's check this camera here too. This is the beauty of movie magic.
Yeah.
Movie magic.
Hey, cut all this out.
I cut it all out.
Or you can save it for later.
I guess we could just go standing, right? We'll just go standing.
I just finished it standing.
Yeah.
Don't change it again.
All right. So, Jeff, final thoughts on water filtration?
I got some on me. A little bit of water there.
Nice.
I nothing other than just saying you got to find what works best for you as far as
Right.
like
Good
your
point.
goals.
Yep.
Like, are you in a hurry to filter quickly? Do you care about weight? How reliable do you want it to be? And I think no matter what, you have to always have multiple ways to make water.
Yep.
Whether
Agreed.
your option number 2 is your camping stove, if you're going to rely on that as a second way to make water,
Yep.
make sure you have more than enough fuel to boil water. That's going to take so much more of your fuel than maybe you were planning for your meals or for your coffee. So if you're going to use water or boiling as your backup method, then you have to bring more fuel, which is heavy. I just use Aquamarine tablets.
Yep. Good point.
So I have 3 all the time. You can always make a fire, but not everywhere.
Yeah, so not everything's gonna work for you, right? So you gotta kind of, like Jeff said, you gotta think about what are you doing? Is weight important? That's a huge one. If you're covering a lot of ground, man, weight might be super important to you, you know?
Yeah.
So if you're just getting out of your car and walking to a place with a lake, you could carry whatever you want, you know?
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter. So that's kind of the big thing. So yeah, all good points. So I hope this gave you some value, at least something you could take away and make a better decision on what you need for water filtration. All right, guys, thanks for showing up. This was Beers and Gears episode 6 and then some. So who knows, but I appreciate you. Peace, love you, and see you in the next episode. See ya.